Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Spiritual Insight Show. I'm Reverend Tiffany White Sage Woman, and I'm very happy and excited to be sitting back in Sacred Circle with each and every one of you this evening. Again, it doesn't matter if you're watching live or if you're watching this in the archives. The Sacred Circle has been created for you, and if you are drawn to watch this, whether live or in the archives, know that a sacred seat has been reserved for you. Hello, Julia. Welcome, and thank you so much for tuning in. And thank you. Welcome to we're also streaming live on YouTube. So welcome, everyone. Well, Julia, I'm not going to blame old Mercury because we love Mercury. But, there's just going to have to... Right? So, we love you, Mercury. Just keep it on. So, yeah. Anyway, just don't want to upset Mercury. Not when Mercury rules communication. So, we can just be patient and know that everything will be fine. Well, especially what we're doing here too is we're doing a lot of inner work. We're doing that kind of thing. So, it's good. We're not buying a new car. I'm not selling you a new car or home. I'm making you sign a contract. We're doing fine. Those things are to be leery of. And even then, it's just if you have to do something, just make sure that you read and reread again any contracts, and just, it's all in divine timing. So just, but if you feel like you're fighting against something, then listen to that, because that fight usually is a big indication too of just to wait, just to be patient. I know I said the P word, patient. But anyway, just teasing you. It's something that we're all getting through, right? All right. So, what's interesting, it's been a very interesting week for me personally. Hello, Sarah. How are you, dear? Hello to you and to Anthony and to Austin. So it's been interesting and insightful, or just, we're going to have days and weeks like this to where we feel like we are just numb or in a zone or twilight zone, or we're not sure where we are, what we're doing, what we're feeling. And then there's going to be somewhere days and days of where you're just getting smacked with this information. And also too, happy new moon in Pisces. Hello, Wendy. Hello, Robin. So with each full moon, hello, Maureen. With each full moon and new moon, remember, each of these moon activities, whether it's full moon or new moon, we are getting more downloads and more uploads. So it's very, very powerful. If we start receiving some more messages or some more images, just some more insight, and it's happening to us all. I do believe I had given a message, whether it was a week or two ago. I'm trying to remember now. Look back on it was 2 weeks ago. It was 2 weeks ago on the full moon. See, here we go. When I get these messages really loud and clear, right? So 2 weeks ago, it's been a very interesting 2 weeks then. Let me say that. From the full moon to the new moon, it's been very powerful. And then probably with Mercury retrograde, it does give us, even though it's external communications are affected, not internal. All right. So a message, remember 2 weeks ago on the 9th with the full moon, I had shared with you a message that I was getting. It was pretty long. I'll just give everyone a reminder. Let me see if I can read my own handwriting when I'm channeling. It's like, hurry up, write it down. Let's see. It is never easy to witness upheaval for humanity, for animals, earth, or even for the earth, for all living beings, including the earth and Lady Gaia. However, we all have chosen to be here, right now, to be midwives to the golden energies that have started to be birthed. Archangel Metatron will ensure that we are all living in the right place at the right time, like where you are location-wise. And so, if anyone questioned, am I in the right place? Do I need to move? You will know. Follow that internal compass, so to speak. If you need to move, we will, you'll know. And then also too, Metatron's been coming around a lot. Archangel Metatron, listen, buzzes the right ear. And it's not so much that there's a message. All right. So it's kind of like, well, I hear my right ear buzzing. What message, what is Archangel Metatron trying to tell you? The only thing Archangel Metatron is trying to tell you is that he's here, you're here, and you're listening to a signal. You're listening to his buzz. You're listening to his text message. You're just listening to his message. That's all it is. That is the message itself, is that you are paying attention to when these things go off and you're like, oh, this is cool, like when the ear goes off. All right, so days after that, or last week, I get these messages, I write them down, and I go on. What's really interesting is when you open up and you trust, and you don't need this validation all the time of anything. Once you get comfortable and you do it enough, you're just like, okay, that's fine, I trust, and just keep going. I don't do these things to prove it to me, or I need this validation to continue. No, you just keep going, and guess what? You do get the validation. If it's hours, if it's days, if it's weeks, months, whatever, you always get validation. It will come to you in one way, shape, or form. All right, so this, so then I was just, how you're on the websites, on these sites on social media, you're on sites, and somehow I ended up on some woman's site about find out who your galactic family of light is. And so I was going through some of her information, and we do this, right? We check other people out. But we're also drawn. Watch how we click, and that's even meditative when we're drawn here, we're drawn there, we're drawn to these sites, because when you're there and you're like, how did I get here? And you can't even remember what you did. You're just like, no, you're even being divinely guided, just as you can automatic write. Here's the new term now for modern technology. You can auto click. Instead of automatic writing, you can do automatic clicking, searching with your mouse. I know, too funny. But it happens. They can do the same thing too. I'm going to take you here. I'm going to take you here. I want you to look at this. Aha, very interesting, isn't it? All right, so I was going through a lot of this and looking, oh, yeah, I resonate with this. And it's like, oh, my gosh, I resonate with all of these. And they said it's not unusual. It just goes to show, I don't want to say the older souls, those that have been here would. And I was like, oh, okay. So it goes from everything, like all sorts of families, because I don't really want to highlight and focus this too much, but like the Arcturians, the Lyrians, the Palladians, Andromeda, Sirians, and there's Sirius A and Sirius B. And this is where Sirius A is the blue-white star, and Sirius B is a dwarf star. And this is where the dolphins and the whales come from. It's just water. It's where our aquatic beings come from Sirius B, by the way. I thought that was pretty interesting. And then there's an Alpha Centauri. Okay, but Ashtar Command. The symbol I thought was interesting because it's kind of reminds you of a popular star show. And then I think the Air Force has just newly acquired a very similar symbol. Isn't that powerful? And so you can see it has the 4 rings on the inside, Ashtar Command. All right, that's symbol for Ashtar Command. But when I read this, I was blown away because I was like, all right, so, of course, Commander Ashtar. For those of you who may not know who Commander Ashtar is, but this is the Ashtar Command is the airborne division of the Great Brother and Sisterhood of Light, also the Great White Brotherhood of Light. Now, it has nothing to do with the color of your skin, but the light, the white light, okay? Now, I know that I communicate with a lot of them in my angelic committee with this circle, but I don't think I really understood too much. Yeah, I got the impression, but it was like, oh, hey, how you doing? All right, that's great. Now, also, who is in helping Commander Ashtar, I need you to, when this next thing I'm going to say, I need you to really open your mind. All right? As a spiritual guidance, his name is Lord Sananda, Commander-in-Chief, but he's known on this earth plane as Jesus the Christ, or, Jesus Christ, or Yeshua, Jesus, however he wants to. So he is Commander-in-Chief to Ashtar. Now, I remember that Jesus, Yeshua, and Mary Magdalene, and even Mother Mary, they were all very much a part of designing or divine design. No, not divine design. They were all part of coming up with our earth suits. Let me say that. And then making sure that we're helping Mother Earth with that whole 3D experience and with getting into these bodies. Anyway, that's a whole new story. So one of the things, though, all right, is that they are outside of Earth, and I'm sure it's the people who maybe when you astral travel or you dream and you see yourself in space, and when you look down you can see Earth, you may be a part of this. This is what you're doing too. You're working off Earth. I know we do a lot of work here on Earth, and then I have caught myself sometimes at nighttime. I know I can see like I'm looking down onto the Earth, which means you're in space is what I'm talking about. And then I can see like the golden net. I can see other healers, and so it's like, oh, this is really interesting. All right, so the Ashtar Command is composed of millions of starships and personnel from many civilizations. A lot of people visit these ships. The Ashtar Command is here to assist Earth and humanity through the current cycle of planetary ascension. They also protect from any other 3D in this solar system invasions from happening. Now, all of this is changing and shifting and evolving. We don't ever have to worry about something like that. Definitely not at this time either. The next thing that almost knocked me out of my seat. Now, I shared the message from 2 weeks ago. All right, so the Ashtar Command serves like midwives in the birthing of humanity from dense physical to physical etheric bodies of light, capable of ascending into the fifth dimension along with the Earth. That's not word for word, but the midwives part in birthing of humanity, wow! And plus, did you catch that? From the dense physical to physical etheric, from physical light bodies. It's all the same. We are truly doing something different in transforming this human experience. And so, so it's just interesting. This is how we get our validations. But it was like, oh my gosh, I was just almost knocked off my chair going, there it is, almost. So what does that mean? That means, yes, I am either working with or channeling to the Ashtar Command. Awesome. We're having a lot of ascended masters. We're having a lot of ascended beings. We're having a lot of intergalactic council beings communicating with us. For those who aren't scared, and for those who are stepping into your mission, stepping into your power, they're here. And most definitely, So let me see. I've written notes everywhere here for today. So I thought that was fantastic. Okay, so when I was just talking about that too, another validation, it just seems the whole focus is walking mastery, walking into our masters, into our mastership, uh, becoming that walking, living, breathing master. We don't have to cross over and be dead to be an ascended master. We're all ascending, so doesn't that make us ascended masters? Woo! And if you're still uncomfortable with master, calling yourselves, masters, um, get over, get over that. No, I don't mean it like that. You got to figure out why. Heal that and release it as quick as possible, because that can be a block. That's probably someone else's, what they're telling you, that's other stuff that you have heard, that's other brainwashing, that's somebody else's inner voice. It's not yours. You most definitely are good enough. And absolutely, divine blueprint says you are worthy. And somewhere along the lines, when we all had to walk through the dark, we all had to do that in order to experience the whole 3D reality. We went through the dark, and came out through it. And maybe we walked several times. So if we're ascending into higher frequencies, would that be the same as ascending and merging into our higher self? Yes, because our higher self, our light body, is in these higher frequencies, in the higher vibrations, in the upper dimensions. Okay, so yes. So remember that message was about combining the physical body and the light body. And I was reminded again, the whole walking mastery was a way of life in the early stages of Golden Atlantis. I'm not early, but in the era of the height of Golden Atlantis, and has recently been reactivated or reinstated as an agreement between the people of Earth and the Intergalactic Council. All right. And do we have multiple higher selves, like we are multidimensional beings. We are living multiple realities simultaneously. And that might be a little more than, but we are right now multidimensional beings. All right. So just know that. This new agreement, and new agreement really is beyond 2012. It really enables us to hold very high quantities of light and stay in this physical body. All right. Now, Diana Cooper, I know I've shared some of her books, and actually I might go through something. One of her little meditations, or the stepping into the Ascended Master. I feel like I need to do that with you guys later. So, but Diana Cooper and Tim Wilde, I know that they have talked about, they call this the Adam Kadmon blueprint. I've always heard it when in channeling and just working with these energies as adamantine particles, which is the divine blueprint. So it's all the same. It's close enough. All right, it's fine. But somehow Adam relates to creation. All right, so the divine blueprint, in which the 12 fifth dimensional chakras are fully operational, and the 24 strands of DNA are active. Is it 24? 12 strands pertaining to the physical body, and 12 to the spirit or the light body, or your higher self, your light body, your rainbow body. There's a lot of names for it. It's the same thing. Okay? Because think about this. Many cultures, many different beliefs, they all have different names, but it's really the same aspect, the same thing that they're talking about. Okay? So that's, again, another we are. Most definitely, I think that this is really coming to me too, because I really have been trying to okay, so where am I in my physical 12 DNA reactivation here? I'm trying to reactivate that DNA strand that lets you grow more teeth, because remember, I had 2 teeth pulled. All right. So I'm holding off on going to get bridge work or anything else done, because I'm actually was like trying, and I know this is crazy, but I really was like, I want the teeth to grow back. For all of us, new teeth should come in and push out old teeth that's got fillings, or anything that's not worthy of, anything that's not organic. Let me say that. Anything that we didn't come in with should leave the body. So if you have fillings, or if you have anything that, even implants, without hurting us, let everything be pushed out, let it drop out as new teeth come in. All right? I really try. That makes so crazy. But come on, to do that, the same thing, like we should be able to regrow limbs. Those types of things, it's coming. We're working on it. It's happening. I know, I'm crazy. But anyway, so it's and I felt it coming for a while. It's like I'm letting my own nails grow. I won't put fake nails back on. Well, not that they're fake, but the gel process can be suffocating to your nails, even if they're like healthy, natural gel stuff. The whole process just isn't. So I'm finding that my body's being ultra picky and not even wanting that. And so I'm like, okay, fine. I'll just let my nails will grow on their own. Then that's fine. My claws will just grow. So I'm listening. And how many of you have gotten even more pickier in your health care, your skin, even your skincare, maybe what you're putting on your skin, anything like that? We are just pay attention. Being very, very careful. Of course, I know a lot of us have already stopped using like chemicals in your home to clean. Are you very careful about what chemicals you're using even in your home? I personally don't have any chemicals for cleaning or anything. Like, you can use natural enzymes, are very helpful, and those natural enzymes end in like ESE, like EASE, but you can look that up too. Natural enzymes, which will replace, like, if you need to spray the air. There's natural, I'm not going to name these products that are really bad. There's some really bad and popular, unfortunately, scented candles. I can't even do that. If a scent is too strong, forget it. Perfume. When you think about how if we use perfume soap, perfume body wash, perfume lotion, perfume, and then perfume on top of all of that, and people walk around with sinus problems all the time, I can't breathe, you've just covered yourself in all these different chemicals. And so try to back off, pay attention, read the labels of the things that you are reading. Google, if you don't know what an ingredient is, Google it, or use a search engine, whatever search engine you want to use. But really, we have to pay attention to everything that's happening to us and for us. And does your skin feel different? Has your eating habits changed? And so let's see, Sarah, it takes 25 seconds for chemicals to absorb into your skin. Thank you, Sarah. That's wow. 25 seconds, just that fast. Yes, absorption. Yeah. Does not take long at all. And so that's I'm glad you brought that up. The 3 quickest ways to get something into your body is inhalation. All right. No, I'm sorry. Is IV is number 1. Okay. Then the second is inhalation. So you're breathing in chemicals. You're getting it in the number 2 way. And then 3 is under the tongue. All right. So probably which is 4th, or, because under the tongue, it only takes like 3 seconds. It takes really short. And then right behind that probably is the skin, which absorbs. So it's very, very powerful. We have to be careful of what we are inhaling even our environment. And I know a lot of you do. You light incense, you smudge, you're very careful, what you use. Product-wise, I use unscented candles. I know some people like the soy candles. That's fine too. I just, I like so many of them. If I had scented, it would just drive. And I light incense, so I like to be able to do that together at the same time, right? Without having all these multitude of different layers of scents, which can also create a little bit of a headache or some sinus distress. So try to be very careful with that. Especially, I love essential oils, diffusers. And so, but I don't have any cats in the house, so those, I'm just putting a little warning. With those with cats are very, very, very sensitive to essential oils. Dogs are too, but not as much as cats. And the way I have them, you can have different settings on the diffuser too, where it's not going off all the time. And I have that on there where it's not. I mean, you've seen some diffusers that are just like a puff, a smoke, like it's like a chimney, all on full force. No, that's dangerous. I wouldn't have that, especially if you have animals. And so it's just be very careful. But you can use natural things. Again, really, I think it's moderation too, because too much of something good can also hurt you, can it? So just we know this. We know this. All right. It's also very important for us to make sure we're doing a lot of Sacred Heart. Remember the cosmic heart healing. I've been having, since a full moon too, almost daily. I think this weekend, I think yesterday was the first day off that I've had. But although we're not really off, because we're always taking care of our sacred space, right? And expanding that sacred space. But it's been really busy with everyone wanting cosmic heart healing sessions. Which is the healing session. I work with the cosmic heart of Venus. And so it's our Sacred Heart Centers connecting with the Divine Sacred Heart Center. Very, very powerful. We've done a lot of the work. We've done some meditations, but I've been doing a lot more work with this, and very deep. People coming wanting to make sure, which I think is beautiful, that everything that they are tuned up, so to speak, and just where am I in this ascension process? And we all are doing really good. We're working on ourselves. We're paying attention to it. Hey, this is great. And it's just natural to question that. It really is. Okay? And so just some more things I want to share with you that has been brought to my attention, or just with the healing sessions, or things that I have channeled. We all know this too. Or there may be some speculation, because I know I got some healers here. So what was shared with me was, because someone had asked me too, they were like, oh, is my chakra shut down? And I was like, I've never seen anyone where their chakras were closed. I've never met anyone where their chakras were closed. They may have some blockages. They may not spin in alignment, but I've never seen anyone with even one chakra closed. So our chakras are always open. They're open all the time. So it's kind of, I don't want to even say it's a myth. Just take what you can use, leave the rest. I've never seen, experienced, felt them closed though, okay? We just need to make sure that we're shining our light out brightly, okay? Working on all of the different chambers of our Sacred Heart Center. So just a little, Sacred Heart Centers, there's 33 chambers of our Sacred Heart Center. There's a higher heart chambers, the mid section, and then the lower. What's interesting is that we're very easy to take care of the higher heart, because that's the 5D part. We're very connected with that, and very easy. What really gets to us what really can hold us and drag us is that the lower part of our sacred heart center has 9 chambers. All right. Archangel Christiel helps with this. This is where we hold all of our heartache, all of our pain from this life, from past lives. And in those 9 chambers, we're dealing with everything we experienced when we walked through the dark, in our darkness. So we have to make sure that those 9 chambers are cleared out. Get the clutter out, declutter those 9 chambers, and feel the 9 chambers light up. Just work on them and let it light up. Okay. Then go to the mid chamber has 11 chambers. 11. And this is from the Universal Archangel Mary, beautiful divine, that beautiful pink white light. So you can ask Mother Mary to come in and help with the midsection of your Sacred Heart Center. Yeah. Then the higher heart, which is 5th dimensional vibrational energy, there's 13 chambers here. 13. So however you want to visualize all this light shining through from the 9, 11, 13. Did you see 9, 11, 13? 9, 11, 13. The 3 levels of the Sacred Heart Center, which is a total of 33 chambers. All right, so take them level at a time. It's pretty much what we do, right? Wendy, I did the grounding meditation today outside barefoot. I could see the different colors of my chakras spinning properly. That's beautiful, Wendy. Yes, I love that. I know it was a very nice day here in Connecticut. It was beautiful in the sun. Get out there and it was like, oh, so nice. It's like not to have a coat on. Yeah, it's a little chilly, but still so much better than it has been. So we're happy with that. I know Wendy is too. Yeah, get out there barefooted. Yeah. So when we shine our light brightly, and this is 5th dimensional and above light, it automatically protects us and sets healthy boundaries. It already does that. Now, what's really beautiful, now we've heard and talked about alchemy. The true alchemy is keeping your 33 chambers of your Sacred Heart Center in harmonious alignment. That's where the magic is. That's where the magic begins. That's where it just is, right? Okay. Sarah, weird question. Do you have a music box playing in the background? No, actually what you heard is I have a cuckoo clock that goes off on the hour and half hour, and it went off a couple minutes ago for the half hour. So there's a cuckoo clock in the background. Cuckoo. No, that's great. That's fine. Yeah. All right. So a little bit more things that let's see was shared. And remember when we talked about the Sacred Heart Center and about how like the emotions is the lock. Remember we talked about that too. I think it was last week, or I don't know. It's all running together. But anyway, we always know on a very deep soul level that there's something very significant about a key. It's key, a key, a golden key, a key in a lock. And so what's really, okay, just made it flash. Woohoo! Just picked something up and it flashed. I know I've showed this to you before. This is a golden ankh. What's brass? All right. Now you notice the 2. It almost looks like man, doesn't it? 2 legs, outstretched arms, and then the top part of our body, the top part of the figure 8. All right. So the ankh, the ankh, however you want to call it. Okay. Tuning fork. Oh, I don't want to actually smack it. I already made it blip once, so I'm kind of scared. is really powerful. But you turn it this way and use it as a key. All right. Now, the Ankh is not just Egyptian. This was Atlantean symbol, the key to the Sacred Heart Center, all right, was always represented with the cosmic heart. All right, you saw the Ankh and the cosmic heart together. And this was a lot of Atlantean aspects. Everything from Atlantis was shifted to many different places in the world. This is why you see pyramids all over the world. And the Egypt was a big place. So Egyptian holds a lot of the Atlantean history, and they took over the Ankh, okay? So see how powerful this is. This is very, very powerful. And visualize the Ankh with the heart. As a matter of fact, on the cover of the Archangel Guide to Enlightenment and Mastery, Living in the Fifth Dimension, Diana Cooper and Tim Wilde, that's an Ankh key with the earth. Right here. To the earth. But we're using it with the Sacred Heart Center. So sometimes I think there's been some misrepresentations. People think that the Ankh symbolizes the solar plexus. It doesn't. It actually symbolizes the key to your heart. Ha-ha! The key to the cosmic heart. That divine sacred heart center. Sacred heart, right in the center of our chest. All right, let me just put this down again before. It's very powerful. Woo! I use this in the healing sessions too. So, oh, hello, Amy. It's okay. I'm glad you could make it. You can, yeah, you'll catch up. So, the Ankh, of course, the golden key to the Sacred Heart. We know that. Yay! So, some of the other things that I had channeled, or the information that I had received, for us all. For me, for us all, I love how interactive this is. I love the comments that y'all are sharing as well. And it's important, you know, we're coming together in a sacred circle. And then we're taking that out of this sacred circle and applying it to other sacred circles. And it's just growing and expanding. And this is very powerful. All right. Okay. So fifth dimension and above. Yeah, we are already, Mother Earth has already hit 5D. We have 2, but we're also, like I said, I know I've talked about this before, we're experiencing third dimensional. We're still living in some of that. Some places are ascending nicely, others are not. So this is where we feel kind of, you know, very much territorial. It's like, I don't want to go there. You know, I don't want to go there because energy is way too low. You could become a hermit almost, you know, but it's okay. You only want to go to places where the vibrations are high, you know, and understand that. It's totally understandable. And because we're feeling that, right? So let's see. Some more things. All right, so the fifth dimension, I thought was very, very interesting. All right, this next part, talking about like badges. We were having a conversation about our Earth badge. You know, it's like, ooh, am I going to get a medal for this? You know, joking around like Ashtar Command, like, you know, okay, so I wonder what my spacesuit looks like. It's got to be black or purple because that's the only colors I'm going to wear. No, I'm kidding. You know, anyway, and I was like, I got medals. Did everyone who's on Earth have a medal? So it's this kind of conversation was, well, actually, yes. The whole point of Earth's 3D school was ego-based, ego. So everyone that has had a successful mission on Earth will have that ego badge. We're going to wear it like a badge of honor. Even the most ascended, the really high ascended masters who have left this earth plane have got their badge, everyone still has a little bit of ego because it's embedded in us as earthlings, as earth beings. But we're wearing it as a badge, okay? It's an honor to go through. I mean, seriously though, why go through all of this and walk away with nothing? We're kind of silly that way with hey, we want something for all the hard work we've done. Like ascension's not enough. Anyway, so what I thought was interesting was that our idea of free will change in the fifth dimension. And I thought, what? We won't have free will anymore? That's okay. I understand, because it's like when you get in the upper vibrations, the law of one kicks in, and we don't need the free will. I was okay with that. But there may be some who are not okay with that, because they may go, wait a minute, then I don't have a choice anymore. You do. It's always. Free will was given to us on the third dimension of this ego platform as a tool. A spiritual tool, a tool. Are we going to ascend or not? Well, guess what? We did. We answered that call. We answered it, and it's happened. There's no going back. There's no stopping the process. It's go. We're going. Here we are. Woohoo! Enjoy the ride. All right. So that's really beautiful. And this is part of the law of one. And so just to go over briefly, I know we talked about the law of one has 7 main facets of this law of one. We are all one. All right. And the first one is grace. All right. Grace pours from the heart of source, from that sacred heart center. It dissolves all the lower vibrations. So here we go. We call grace into the lower chambers of our heart, those 9 chambers, anything that we need cleared and cluttered, and it will dissolve all those lower vibrations, okay, from anything in our energy field, wherever we feel we need it. But let's concentrate on this cosmic heart center, on this sacred heart center, and dissolve those 9 chambers, dissolve any low vibration chambers. Let me say that. All right. So we will dissolve that. The energy of grace, instantly, it forgives and forgets, thus replacing the old with pure light. Okay. So it sets us free, and we can offer it to others, that type of freedom. It really sets you free. And I know there may be people saying, like, well, yeah, we can forgive, but forget? And it goes into a different, when I say forget, it's different. It's okay, there is this memory here of everything that we have achieved, but we're not going to have attachments to that. Okay? That's what that means. So the second law, so that was the first law of grace, or the law of one aspect, 7 aspects is grace, then intuition. Intention. Intention, which we know that is the energy that's focused on the situation to bring what we want and need to desire for the highest outcome. Okay, so it's very powerful when it comes through the heart, that intention. Number 3 is manifestation, of course, which is the power of our thoughts to alchemize matter from light. And when this is activated for the highest good and for everyone else, for service, it's beautiful. The 4th aspect of the law of one is karma, is the way of taking responsibility for every thought, word, or action, for it all returns to us in this mirror of life. So karma is instantaneous. It keeps us in check. It will keep us in check so much faster now than it's like, oh, F it, I'm just going to do it anyway. It may take you hours, days, weeks. Used to be, lives to sort it all out, and now it's like, take responsibility right away. Oh, so that fifth aspect, of course, there you go, is responsibility. 6 is unconditional love, and 7 is the law of ones. All of those, the law of one is the knowing. So it's that knowing that you are within me and I am within you. And this applies to all the creation, every living being. We cannot harm any sentient being, for we are harming ourselves. All are part of the source and of one another. It's very, very beautiful. What's that called? The golden rule? And we've heard it. Different verbiage. Treat others how you want to be treated, right? All of that. And so it's every day I want you to light a candle and just say, when you light the candle, I am a walking master. I am, I am, I am. And then we are walking masters. We are, we are, we are. You see how we expanded that out into that connection. The I am is transforming to the we are. And what's really interesting is as I do these type of, I call them candle affirmations or meditations or whatever, is I go and as I light a candle, I am my higher self. I am, I am, I am. We are our higher selves. We are, we are, we are. What's interesting now is that when I'm just getting to the first part of that, and I'm going through the, I am, I am, I am, I'm hearing back, we are, we are, we are. Isn't that beautiful? It's like you're standing where you can hear an echo. Okay, you sound like you're standing in the Grand Canyon and you want to hear an echo and you shout out, I am, I am, I am. And what comes back is not the same thing as you just said, but we are, we are, we are. Beautiful. Beautiful. So try that, whether you see it, you hear it, you sense it, know it. It comes to you in different ways, validation, or we are. It will come back, most definitely. And so it's very beautiful. So just keep working on your mastery, the ascended masters, and it's very powerful times that we're living in. It really is. And what I thought was a really cute quote, okay, from Rumi. You think you are enlightened? Well, just go spend a week with your family. To remind myself on a daily basis. I write down on my calendar so I can get a good laugh and go, you know what, that's true. Who tests you more than your family? No. Anyway, or just spend a week with the people who test you, whether if it's not your family. You think you're enlightened, go spend a week. But you know what, though? Notice that too. Even your thoughts, the way that you're interacting and dealing with people and with things and with situations, aren't they changing? Aren't they getting better? I'm sure they are. So maybe you are just not being so reactive, but you're being more responsive as far as I'm just going to send love there, and that's that. I'm not even going to give it any more time. I'm not going to give it any more attention. And you just do what you have to do to move on, right? And that's very powerful. We need to remember that. So let me see. From this book here that I talked about, and I know I love to read from it because it's so right on. All right, it's a decree to live by the law of one, and I say this every morning. Now, I know to some people the sacred direction is north. To me, it's always been east. I've always turned to the east if I have any intentions, any affirmations, anything I want to state, any decrees I want to state, or anything like that. I stand at my altar actually faces northeast. I have it like at an angle. And so I stand facing the east, and then I cite these decrees every morning and sometimes afternoon and nighttime. So it's I just turn to the east. Especially if I'm outside, and just instinctively, if I giving morning gratitudes, good morning. I tell, good morning to Mother Earth. Good morning to all the beings. Good morning to all the birds, the squirrels. I just say good morning, and you'll hear them say good morning back to you. Maybe not just like good morning, but you'll feel that love vibration that you put out return back to you. And so whether it's birds, whether it is just suddenly there's like this moment of silence, or nature responding, you just will get any type of, it'll come back to you, it'll revert back. It's beautiful. All right. We don't do it for that. We do it just to go out there and connect with Mother Earth, with the elements, with the elementals, with every living being. That's what's important. All right, that we do. That's part of the mastery. So what does this say? So face the east and state to the universe, I am a walking master of light. In the name of Source, to live my life by the law of one. Or I like to make it short, sweet, and simple, something that you can remember right up the top of your head. I am a walking master of light by the law of one. Right there, by the law of one. Because it's law of one is very high vibrational. It is source. So we understand that. It's understood. Okay? Now this next little phrase, if you have this book, it's one of the last pages. It's page 253. Okay? And if you want to go through, it says I and then your name. I replace our earthly names with I am. I just say I am. Your name and all the names you've had is represented by I am. I am. That's all you need to say. I am. All right. So you can take that first part, and then it goes through every aspect of the law of one. I choose to walk in the beauty of grace. I choose to make intentions for the highest good of all around me. I choose to manifest all I need as I live a life of mastery. I choose to bless my life with loving karma. I choose to take responsibility for myself and this beautiful planet. I choose to love myself and others unconditionally. With these laws, I now embrace my highest enlightenment. And then I always like to repeat any decree 3 times. You can say it 3 times. And you can do the whole decree once a week. Choose a day, do it once a week. You don't have to do that every day. But what I do say every day is I am a walking master. Okay. And then, of course, you say it 3 times, and then I always like to finish with as above, so below. As above, so below, as below, so above. Oh, gosh. See, I looked at words. Hold on. As above, so below, so above. As within, so without, as without, so within. There we go. And it's done. And some of the course, as within, so without, as above, so below, they just do a shortcut like that. But I like to go through it. Say it all. Anyway, on that part. So that's something that's very old and vibrates deep within us. So very powerful information. I hope this has helped you. If you have anything that you would like to share as well, please, of course, comment. You can email me, message me, just let me know. share some of your experiences, some of your insight. As we've been sitting in this sacred circle, the giving and the receiving, this exchange of energy, we all are sharing our love and light. And it's very, very beautiful and very powerful. We experience it, not just every week here, but you can experience it with other sacred circles that you partake in. And so just make sure that we're taking care of our sacred heart centers, which creates, when we reverb that energy out, it creates the sacred, sacred, sacred space. Wherever you go, not just your home, but wherever you go to, all throughout your community, well beyond your neighbors, and you keep spreading that out and beyond and beyond. And if everyone does that and we all connect with each other, then guess what? The law of one. We're all there. Isn't that beautiful? It really, really is. So, I hope that has helped you. I just wanted to, all of you know my website, but for those who may be watching, whether you're watching live or in the archives, my website is, what is my website? Woo! I feel good. All right. It is whitesagewoman.com, saying sage, S-A-G-E, whitesagewoman.com. And for those watching on Crowdcast, there's a green teal button on the below that says Reverend Tiffany's website. If you're watching live on YouTube, hello YouTube viewers, it is in the description below as well, so you can contact me very easily. I just want to put a reminder out. Tomorrow is Monday, Motivational Monday, and Moon Day. Woo, Moon Day. Still in the new moon. Anyway, so Moon Day, tomorrow, Monday at 4 p.m. Eastern Time. If you are a patron on Goldylocks Productions Patreon, we have our weekly Monday show at 4 p.m. Eastern Time. Now, tomorrow's topic, we're going to be talking about sacred geometry and the symbols and, of course, the numbers associated with that. And we're going to share, the co-hosts, we're going to share some of our favorite pictures, maybe some of our favorite stories, and see how that resonates with everyone who's watching. If you are a Patreon with us and you want to have your favorite sacred geometry symbol shown, email me. All right, get a message to me, email me the picture. I will mention you and your symbol during the show. And you can put the sharing too, like, this is what the symbol means to me. This is what it does for me. And we'd love to share your experiences as well, okay? So it's a give back that we do. One of the perks of being a Goldylocks Productions Patreon patron is we do these shows, weekly live stream shows. It's just for the patrons. You're not going to find it on YouTube or anywhere else. It's just for the patrons. And then we also have, it's the end of the month time. We're going to have some more raffles too. So I know, right? Woohoo! So, and even if you're not a patron and you want to share your sacred geometry image, maybe there's a painting that you've done or means something to you, you want to share that with me, we'll be happy to share that on air. So thank you so much, everyone. Many blessings to each and every one of you. I will return next Sunday. Wow. Okay, March 1st. March 1st. Woohoo! All right. Well, many blessings to each and every one of you. And yes, I hope you can join us too tomorrow, Amy. And good night to each and every one of you. Remember to let your, I keep singing that Neil Diamond song, Your Heart Light from E.T., the movie. Let your heart light shine. Anyway, just was humming that all day today. So do that. Let your heart light shine. All right. Love you all. Many blessings.